Give me 5 minutes and I will explain the entire cloud. You use the cloud every single day. Netflix, Instagram, your banking app, all of them are running in cloud. But if someone asked you, what is the cloud actually? You'd probably say a simple definition like, it's just somebody else's computer. And you're gonna feel like that's not a real answer. So by the end of this video, you will have a real one. Let's start here. You build an app. To let people use it, your app has to run on a computer that's always on and always connected to the internet. You could buy a server and put it in your home, but then you're responsible for the power, the internet connection, replacing it when a disk dies at 3 a.m. And what happens if 1 million people show up at once? A nice problem to have, but still, you would need 50 servers, 100. After the rush, you are stuck paying for 50 servers that you don't use. So big companies build enormous buildings full of servers called data centers, and they rent you a slice of it. That renting is the cloud. Amazon, Microsoft, Google run the 3 biggest cloud platforms. So they own the buildings with servers on all continents in different countries, and they build a web application with simple user interface to let you rent the servers in those buildings. So you rent exactly what you need. 4 servers with 4 gigabytes of RAM in North America where your users are to run your web application for 20 days. And you rent 1 server to just play around with in Germany where you are located with 2 gigabytes of RAM for 3 hours. That's the flexibility you have. And this is the part that makes the cloud powerful. You don't rent one fixed machine. You ask for whatever you need, the moment you need it, for the time duration you need it, and you give it back when you're done. So it could be 1 server on a normal Tuesday, 50 for Black Friday, and back to 1 on Wednesday. You only pay for what you actually use. Now, there are hundreds of cloud services with confusing names, and they scare the beginners. But understand that almost all of them are variations on 4 simple ideas. One of them is compute, machines that run your code. Then you have storage, a place to keep files like photos and videos. Then you have databases, organized data that your application can search. And finally, networking, connecting all of it together safely. That's it. Every scary service name that you have seen is a flavor of one of those 4. So why did the whole world move to the cloud? Because you stop worrying about the physical stuff. No buying hardware, no replacing dead hard drives and disks, no panic if the building floods. The cloud provider handles all that boring, expensive, physical part. And you get to focus on the abstraction layer in your actual application. But here's a catch. And that's why cloud engineers have jobs. It's very easy to spend too much money and you are trusting someone else with your uptime and your data. So using the cloud well, keeping it cheap, fast, reliable, safe is actually a real skill. So cloud is not magic, and it's certainly more than someone else's computer. It's essentially renting exactly the computing that you need, the moment you need it, from a company that runs the building so you don't have to. Now, I told you the cloud is a building full of servers, but what I didn't tell you is what actually runs them. And that's where the sponsor of this video comes in, AMD. Every server in the data center runs on a CPU, and AMD EPYC, EPYC, is one of the processors handling that work in data centers all around the world. The latest generation fits up to 192 cores and 384 threads into a single chip. In plain language, more of the servers you rent can run on less physical hardware. And that's why a lot of cloud providers and companies running AI and heavy enterprise workloads choose EPYC because you get more density, better efficiency, and lower running cost. If you touch cloud or infrastructure, it's worth knowing what's underneath it. And you can check out AMD EPYC at the link below.